Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space. And some really fun, super simple watercoloring. The type that anybody can do, literally. Using Oxide inks and a set that was released in January, I think. New-ish. Anyway, everything I used will be listed and linked in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links and end up placing an order, I do get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. That is what helps, keeps lights on, keeps my heaters running, enables me to keep bringing out content. And yeah, let's get into making the cards. So because I planned on using Distress Oxides to do my watercoloring, I'm using Distress Watercolor cardstock because they play very nicely together. And I'm using the Pop of Color stamp set. And yeah, I think this came out in Simon's January release. Like I said, it was recent-ish. And I've had it sitting here and so many ideas. So many ideas. Something about a color wheel. There's so many things you can do with it. So anyway, I put the color wheel and there's like 3 different paintbrushes in this set as well. So I decided to stamp all of them. I used my anti-static powder tool first because I'm going to heat emboss these. And I'm going to stamp them with VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink first and then coat all of this with clear embossing powder. As always, you don't necessarily have to heat emboss images before you watercolor them. However, I always prefer doing it most of the time, really, because I like those raised edges. It keeps the water and the color contained, to their little sections. And then I make less of a mess. I also don't have to have as much patience because things are contained. And specifically with things like Distress Oxide inks, because they have pigments in them, having the line images heat embossed resists those pigments a bit because they can sit on top of the stamped image. And sometimes it doesn't matter, but more often than not, I would rather that not be. I want the stamp lines to stay black, to stay crisp. So the heat embossing resists that, and it just makes everything easier. So for me, it's like habit. I've listed on screen the specific colors I used. I went with my little Oxide minis because that way I can have more colors out, because I chose 12 different colors to do this. Didn't do any color mixing. Like I said, this is the type of watercolor literally anyone can do, because we're not going to do any sort of like blending or fancy techniques, anything. All I did was wet each of these sections, like each pie shape, each wedge, wet it with water with my little paintbrush, and then picked up the color that I had smushed onto my little palette and laid it down. And pretty much that's it. I kept the color a little more concentrated, closest to the center there. So a bit more color, a little less water. And then as I got further away from the center, a little more water, a little less color. That said, you don't even have to worry about that. Especially if, I talk about this because watercoloring is very intimidating. 100%. It is. But this would definitely be something that, like I said, anyone can do. And just lay down the color. You could just play with it. Fill it in. It doesn't need to have any specific, depth or shade, or like this section has to be darker and this has to be lighter and you have to achieve, a certain ratio. Don't even worry about it. Just pick up the color. And the thing with this is I started, this first video using the oxides and watercoloring it. But then I was like, oh, this would be fun to like stamp and then color with alcohol markers. And I was like, or I could blend inks onto it. Or, it, like I said, there's a lot you can do with a color wheel. The ideas have been just simmering with this set. I've had it sitting on my desk now since it came out. And I'm going to play with it some more because I had fun. I had fun with this. So I just kept working my way around, filling in this rainbow with a literal rainbow of color. And it just makes me happy. It's just fun to look at. So this would also be really cute too to do like actual swatches with, of the inks you have. and do different color combos, like just experiment, have fun. You got, again, the sky's the limit. So many things. Too many ideas, not enough time. So for the bristles, I used Rusty Hinge, and I only painted the kind of the top portion because I'm going to use the inks to add the color. For the handles, I used Black Soot. So I painted those, and then for the rest, for the paint or the ink on the brushes, I just used the colors and just painted them on. Just fun. Okay. This color wheels and paintbrushes and all these things, because one, I have several of all these things in real life, so, you know, some of my favorite tools, and rainbow colors and all of it. And then metallic. I pulled out my Gansai Tambi Starry colors and used the gold for the ferrules on the little brushes. Let everything dry. I die cut everything with the coordinating wafer dies. I'm going to do black card bases that are A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And then I have panels of white cardstock, and I've popped up the color wheel with Big Mama foam tape. I'm going to do the same thing with the brushes. I haven't attached that white cardstock to the card base. There's a method to the madness. We'll get to it in a second. So I adhered the color wheel, and then I'm adhering my brushes and giving everything just that smidge of dimension. And I already did the same thing on the second card front, because I did everything twice, just cause. So once I got everything adhered, then I'm going to add splatter. So this is why I didn't attach these card fronts to the card base. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It always depends on my mood. So I'm going to use the same Gansai Tambi Starry colors first, add some gold splatter. So got that worked up with a bit of water, and then I've got my card fronts in my splat box, and then I'll use my fan brush and add a good healthy dose of gold splatter to these card fronts. So got that all picked up, and then added some gold splatter. Love it. Just love it. Did that to the second card front, and then I'm going to add black splatter. And for that, I'm going to use the Simon Pawsitively Perfect Black Splatter Medium, which always careful with this stuff. It is crazy pigmented, stains everything, needs to be stirred up. So I stir it up really well. And same thing, use my fan brush, added a good amount of splatter to both of these backgrounds with it. And then I'm going to set these aside to dry, clean off my brush, put the lid back on that splatter medium, because I'm just paranoid. One of these days I'm going to manage to knock it over. I just know it. I just know it. So I'm going to set everything aside, clean everything up, let those dry. I have 2 more panels of just white cardstock that are also cut slightly smaller than A2 sized. And I'm going to stamp that color wheel on these with just some gray ink. This is Simon's Shark Positively Saturated ink. So I stamped that with gray ink. And then I pulled a sentiment from the CZ Design Good Greetings set, which I've used already in multiple videos. This set's already become a favorite. So I stamped this sentiment with the same VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. So stamp that on the insides. And then these will get adhered to the insides of my card bases. So adhered those, and then the card fronts got popped up with Big Mama foam tape, so a bit of dimension. And then flipped over, cut off the little bit that's hanging over the edge. And then I had gold heat embossed this sentiment from the Watercolor set onto scraps of black cardstock. And then I die cut it with coordinating wafer die. And then stacked a few more die cuts behind it to give it some dimension. I adhered to my card front. And then as my embellishments, I used oldie but goodie favorite that I've used in a bajillion videos, the Flickering Butterflies wafer dies. Will always be a favorite. So those I die cut from Simon's matte gold cardstock, and then adhering those as my little embellishments, and it just another touch of gold to these. So adhered those, and then on the insides I adhered the remaining ones. So I used up all my little butterflies, and then I just let the glue dry, and these cards were complete. So we got a rainbow of color and splatter and gold and just a smidge of dimension. A black card base, which is always just a fun, it's just, the depth of it all. And that was it. So Like I mentioned, I'll have links to all the things in the description box below that you can check out if you're interested. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with me, for thumbs upping and commenting. It helps a ton. I really do appreciate it. And I will be seeing you all very soon in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!